If he can win this match, he and his family can happily enjoy their lives without worries. In that moment, he dropped all dignity and almost begged. His friends had never seen him like this, and he finally melted. The next day, his friend was here, and he said, "Stop talking to him, just stop. Please stop talking to him already." The next day, his friend brought good news that Brandon got into the big match, but his wife couldn't be happy about it. She said he could only compete in amateur fights, but he sneaked into the professional levels. She was afraid he'd vanish without a trace. The house mortgage and his daughter's medical bills were suffocating him, and as the man of the house, he couldn't dodge this match. "I'm going to compete, and if you accompany me, I'd be really happy. I don't want to see you fight anymore, I just want you to eat your breakfast quietly." On match day, the arena was packed with professional fighters from all over the world. They were out to prove who the true fighting champion was, and the prize money was a sounding $5 million for the winner. Brandon wandered through the crowd alone, unnoticed because he was a nobody. But then, he spotted a familiar figure out of nowhere. Even after over 20 years, he recognized it was his brother Tommy at a glance. The brothers were raised under their father's tutelage in the art of fighting, but Tommy was clearly the stronger one, winning multiple championships. This made him the favorite of a father who was also a violent, alcoholic loser. Their mother often suffered from his beatings, and over 20 years ago, he finally couldn't take it anymore and fled with Tommy. After that, he only heard their mother passed away and Tommy enlisted, with no further updates. That night, he came across Tommy, who was taking a stroll on the beach, but Tommy displayed extremely cold indifference to his long-absent brother, his heart filled with resentment. From Tommy's perspective, Brandon deserted him and the mother in favor of their father and another woman. Perhaps at that time, Brandon was deeply enamored and thus decided to stay. When he showed pictures of his wife and daughter, he wanted to bridge the gap. But from the moment Brandon stayed back, he ceased to be his brother. So, when their mother fell gravely ill, he chose not to inform Brandon about her condition. As a result, the two of them ended up parting ways in a rather unpleasant and disheartening manner. Tommy also entered the competition, but he was the most mysterious figure in the fight. Unlike other fighters, he had no entrance music, no sponsors, and didn't take any interviews. Nobody knew where he came from. It was a complete mystery online, except for 2 viral videos. One was him demolishing fighter Graham in the gym, which was a key reason he was even in this competition. The other was saving a fellow soldier on the battlefield, and so Tommy faced his first opponent. His opponent was an extremely tough fighter, and everyone believed it would be a well-balanced match. But Tommy ended it with just a single punch, like a grown-up playing with a child, no sweat at all. When Brandon made his appearance in the ring, absolutely no one held any faith in this physics teacher who was in his 40s, and some even mockingly remarked that he resembled a goldfish destined to be thrown into a shark tank. Right off the bat, he was overwhelmed. His opponent seized the chance to try to finish him off with a naked choke. Witnessing this scene, everyone thought that Brandon might be finished here, but he didn't throw in the towel. He managed to hold on for a full 20 seconds until the round ended. It was truly astonishing. In the second round, Brandon was still on the receiving end, but his tenacity was absolutely surprising. His opponent began to panic, but Brandon found an opportunity and slammed him down. That impossible win sent the crowd into a frenzy, and his opponent was left dumbfounded, thinking he could easily take out Brandon. Meanwhile, back home, his wife was finally on the edge of her seat, waiting for the news she longed for. After that, Brandon faced one powerful opponent after another, but no matter how fierce the assault, he held his ground. He capitalized on their exhaustion, using locks to defeat them one by one. Tommy, on the other hand, was the aggressor, leaving his opponents no chance to counter. After the battle ended, Tommy still chose to leave quietly, however, as he continued to gain immense popularity online. Some information about him began to emerge. It turned out Tommy was a deserter who served in the Marines. After being sent to Iraq, he met comrades who became his family, but during a mission, he witnessed one of them get mistakenly killed. Heartbroken, Tommy fled the service he loved. On the run, he found a drowning comrade, which was actually caught on film. His motivation for joining this fight was to earn the $5 million to help his friend. Tommy no longer needed his father's late love. Here's your last drink. Don't drink it, just go grab some boxes and sip on them. Hope you enjoy some fishtails, nobody cares anyway. No. Hurry up, get out, just leave here. Little did he know, earlier, their father had tried to reach out to Brandon to mend their relationship. He showed off his steady hands, saying today marked his 1000th day sober. Brandon replied he had forgiven him, but could never trust him again, vowing to keep him out for the safety of his family. Good night, Dad. Is that Emily? Is this Scrub? And is that Rosie?